So I truly believe that when you're the leader of anything, an organization, a business, that you become in tune with what the needs are. And a lot of times people will feel what they need to do. This is why we're successful on social media, because I don't let people talk me out of posting a certain message. I just do it. And then they see, oh, hey, that worked out. A lot of times, if you bring it and say, hey, look, I think I want to do this idea, then the cops are designed, they don't like change in the first place. And
Right.
then the second place, they're always designed to protect every angle. And so if there's any exposure whatsoever, they want to eliminate it. And frankly, when you're doing things and taking chances, there's always going to be some risk involved. And so while I do have people that I go to and discuss very important things, how we're going to go about this, I think the more people you involve, you tend to dilute what you feel as a leader needs to be done. You've got to trust your gut. You've got, I know it sounds like a funny, but you got to trust your gut and trust your experience and your knowledge as to how things are going to work out. Because sometimes we make decisions that just frankly don't make sense. And we can't tell you why we're doing it, but we feel like we need to do it. Now, having said that, there are four things that we always take into consideration, and these are in no particular order. We look at what is best for the agency. We look at what is best for the employees, what is best for the county, and what is best for the taxpayer. Every decision we make has those four factors involved. And sometimes one weighs a little heavier than the other. I've had to go to my guys and say, look, guys, I get this doesn't feel right for you guys, but trust me, there's a long-term plan. And what we're doing is right for the county right now, but we feel like that's going to give us bartering power in the future for raises. We've done that in the past, and we've ended up getting raises because we gave a little over here. We weighed heavier on the taxpayer and the county as opposed to the agency and the employee. And sometimes we weigh very heavy on the agency and the employee and not as much on the county. It's just a balance. Some decisions look clearer than others, and some just guys are like, what the heck is the administration doing right now? But I just want our people to know that we're always looking out for those four things and how it impacts that. And I think that's been the best guide for us. But any leader out there, and ultimately you're the leader, you're going to be blessed with whatever, some revelation, inspiration, whatever you want to call it, your gut. You got to sometimes just trust it and go with it. And if you're wrong, you're wrong. Say you're wrong, move on.
Yeah, that's the important part though, is being able to step back and go, that was dumb. This isn't working the way I thought, and not just doubling down.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
yeah, I'm with you on that. So Matt is he your second in command there?
Yeah, he's the chief deputy, number two, and frankly, I mean, he does a lot of the work. He just is. He gets it done. He's solid. He understands. He's been a cop for over 30 years, so he understands. Like I'm outside the box, and then there's Matt who understands like how everything's been done, and then we always find that just a great balance in the middle of how to make some of these crazy ideas work and stay within to where it doesn't rock the agency boat too hard.
Okay, so let's go down that road with agency ideas and stuff like that. We've seen and talked about some of the stuff you've implemented already. What other things are you looking to possibly get implemented, or what have you implemented that's showing success that you guys got going on that other people may not know about?
The social media, because you look at you have to look at what are your issues. If hiring is an issue nationally, then we've been working at social media and branding and making sure that people know where Pinal County is. And then we set a tone that makes guys want to come work here. If reform is an issue, then we are constantly going down and spending time I go spend time testifying on behalf or against bills down at the legislature. Those are things that matter to the guys ultimately, and you've got to have people that are willing to go down and do that, which is a lot easier as an elected sheriff to go down and stand against something. I look at more like what are the issues you're dealing with, and then how do we address those? And the issues kind of change along the ways, and so we just are constantly evolving with whatever issues pop up. And if it's in the community, like if a community says, hey, we've got to have more traffic control here, boom, we jump on it. Like these are things we're very in tune with our community as well. What I think law enforcement, needs more than anything is just a steady course. We don't have the luxury of just changing because cultural concepts are changing. We have to stay the course. People expect law enforcement to stay somewhat consistent, and then you have to find ways to be different in that consistency. And so that's some of the challenges we face as leaders, and those are some of the things that we look at every day. But it changes just based on what the challenges are that we see on the horizon.
Yeah, one of the issues I'm seeing a lot that I like, when leaders like you or even my chief I've seen talk about this is the hats that we're expected to wear versus the hats that our leaders allow us to or make us wear. You know what I mean? So I think that people are expecting way too much lately out of cops and wanting us to wear all these different hats and be, a master of every single one of them. Instead of, you know how it is for us. We wear all these hats. We're jack of all, master of none. And when we're not a master in something, let's just use grappling, for instance. When you're not a black belt in the community, why aren't you guys training in this? Why aren't you that? Why aren't you this? I'm like, well, you just a month ago, you wanted us to be attorneys and know the law and know every single law that's out there.